He finished second in yesterday's race, qualified.
Gets it tight down into Toronto. Oh, dearie me, few are. He only gets one of them into second place. Everyone wide. Whoa.
Bikes there, so maybe the likes of Rafael Trangi as well.
Yeah, the 14. So Yamaha's fight back. It may have started. Yes, it for the grandstand if he goes out there. So Urachi, he's going to
ready for this, and he knows that with the championship ride,
press down into turn 14. That's normally ending
wide into the entry to turn 1, and David Salvador in the third.
Exactly 2 seconds, and it's not too much behind them to this. The race progresses as well. And he's in this lead group. He's right at the back of it, so it's irrelevant anyway. Garcia leads.
Run to turn 8 to try and make off another couple of spots. David Salvador.
Machine for the MS Racing squad. So, whoa, Bartolini that was, I think, coming through.
That tight line on the right-hand side of the racetrack. And that sets
an attack there from Salvador there, but then they can really unleash the power of these machine
riders can fight with one another, and maybe it just opens up the riders getting a little bit more aggressive and wanting
all the way down in the top 16 now. Someone who we haven't met this race.
Yeah, it hasn't been a good weekend for Loris really all the way through.
The charge through the hill who takes over ahead of Salvador. Where is Julio?
Now start to ramp things up again in one more lap. That's the slipstream is just always one of those things that you have to defend again. You're trying to let someone come through, you run in a little bit deep.
Has retired out of this his season. It's barely, not the first time he's tried that, and up the inside.
To make quite a lot of moves all the way through this race. The first time we've really seen him to attack Inigo Iglesias. We've seen it in the last couple of laps. It started.
Time doesn't necessarily want to lead because
in 5th position, you're actually pretty well placed to be able to use down, but Desara was down outside the points.
Look to try and strike back at Most, which is where we big move coming in from David Salvador. That push on him. The 38. We're talking about half a second off the race lead at the moment, but the Garcia, I think there was two. Obviously, both Garcias are on the
riders. Run out a little bit wide through there. The run down in towards
view. The number 26 of Mirko Genai. It was very, very slippery yesterday for the championship deficit down 57 plays.
We've seen that coming into this race with the likes of Danny McGee, able to come away with those decent points paying finishes. That's where Jeffrey Bowe, it looks like they've just got that little bit of an edge, but once you start fighting with each other,
wanting to be on the podium at home, there's no Italian representation in the top, taking up wide, sweeping line, try and carry the speed out.
Good Janai, we're into the last lap of the race now.
Last lap time.
P3, P4 out of turn 10 to set up
he's early doors, but still
on the number 38 machine, he could be prime placed.
This is for a position loss.
Yeah, we saw that Salvador on the 38 had to shut up.
Supposed to come through, and Aldi Mahendra, but it's the run to the last corner. We saw a pass. Yamaha have won at last here in time.
The fast rights at the end of the lap, but Aldi Mahendra, he was making sure 20 points there on this race, and being able, it's very difficult for anyone else to attack you because they have to come down such a narrow line a little bit, and that's what ended up creating a bit of a gap for them, making sure that you're able to take a lot of points. Mahendra
first onto the scene of Most, and he's picked up a held on parity of World Supersport 300.
Yeah, and
8th podium, and it's the 101 from the 58, 57 plus 1 equals 50.
This is hard ones.
Well done, congratulations. Is that he's going to win those last lap battles. He's not the guy you want to hurt for. Garcia, we'll expect to see him up at the front finishes, and then for the likes of Danny McGee, obviously out of action.
He would be already looking towards Moss to try and replicate. So even better for them.